always get nervous about sharing this story, but I know that if one person is inspired, if one woman realizes her worth, if one person makes one small change because of my story, then sharing this with you was worth it. So let's step back to 2009 when I took back control of my life. This is what my life looked like in the decade leading up to that. I was married to an abusive and controlling husband. In 2005, we had a son together, and I had to make the most difficult decision ever to remove him from life support. In 2006, I had a miscarriage. I was on a variety of medications for severe depression, saw no point in my life, I regularly had suicidal thoughts, and I was a cutter. I was on daily migraine medication and frequently missed work because these migraines were so bad. I was 193 pounds, I had issues with binge eating, secret eating, and tried and failed at going to Overeaters Anonymous meetings. I had a very small circle of friends and distanced myself from my family. In the spring of 2009, I left my husband, moved into a Motel 8 with my Great Dane, and figured out how to live on my own for the first time in my life. Thank God my family welcomed me back, and I had a dear friend who helped me at every step. Fast forward to the end of that summer, and I was living in my own apartment, driving a car held together by packaging tape and bungee cords, and I was enrolled full-time at school. I was finally dropping weight, and I no longer took any antidepressants or migraine medications. I was, however, still fighting to get my divorce finalized and considering a restraining order. I slowly started making positive changes, and over time I started to realize how serious of a situation I had been in, how toxic that relationship was. I had a lot of healing to do. Over the next 3 years, I worked my ass off in school, work, and volunteer work, and suppressed my own personal issues and healing with a really busy schedule. I did slowly start to come out of my shell and realize my worth, but I still wasn't done healing both mentally and physically. In 2012, I graduated with my Bachelor of Science degree and had a healthy, positive, and strong relationship for the first time in my life. Unfortunately, it still took me 3 more years to realize it. Thank God Jeremy is a patient man and married me anyway in 2013. Over the next few years after college, I grew my business. Later it became our business, and we moved to Puerto Rico in 2014. While the decision to move here was fast, we put a lot of discussion into it. We made the decision together that we did not want children. We were more than happy to be dog parents and remain child-free. We wanted to travel and experience as much as we could. So now it's 2015, and I still suffered from trust issues, low self-esteem, and was still yo-yoing with my weight. I still hadn't quite figured out my binge eating, secret eating, and consistency with a workout routine and nutrition. One step and one issue at a time, right? Then I discovered the power of positive thoughts, and I realized I still didn't trust Jeremy even after all this time, and even though he had never done anything wrong. I was still letting my past dictate my future. So with lots of work redirecting my negative thoughts into positive energy and lots of patience from Jeremy, I changed my mindset and I became a happier and trusting person. This was an extremely freeing moment for me. It's amazing how much mind space negative thoughts can take up. Now down to the final thing I needed to figure out, my food addiction issues and how to finally make a permanent lifestyle change. This is when I found Beachbody. I initially signed up as a coach very selfishly to hold myself more accountable. I figured I had to stick with this nutrition and fitness program if I expected others to do it with me. Well, very quickly I discovered a passion I didn't know existed within me, and that passion is helping other women realize their worth, their full potential, and to help them take ownership of their health and fitness. When we are healthy, happy women, we are better wives, mothers, friends, sisters, daughters, the list goes on. Life is just better. Those around us are happier, things just start to fall in place when you have a healthy and happy body and mind. Granted, I am still in progress with my health and fitness journey, but I think that will always remain true. We are a constant work in progress, and I think that it's so beautiful what we can grow into and become as women. I share all this not to get a pat on my back for coming out of my struggles, but to show you that change is a process. It's a bunch of continuous small steps and actions done over and over and over. Even when you don't see or feel change, you keep on doing them because at some point a shift will happen and you will become what you've always desired, what you always knew was at your core. I hope that by sharing this, one person can relate to my story. One person can relate to my struggles and find the strength to take that first small step forward, and another, and another.